Shalom. First and foremost, double honors to the elders and the Apostle Spirit Millstone, and peace and blessings to the living elect. Let's see a little brother here, Shema Shalom, on Yahuda, the new video. Allah willing, be edifying to the hopeful elect of the nation Israel. So today, I want to go into, hold on, okay, here we are. So today, I want to do what is, I guess you'd call a repost, not really repost, a reply video. There was a video by the beloved brother, Ahmawan Ibad, and he was going into some scoffer that came up on his page, and the scoffer, possibly an Edomite, probably was an Edomite, came up with some bullshit, trying to justify butt breaking. And there was several scriptures this scoffer tried to use. The brother Ahmawan Ibad, the name of the video is Dark Skin is Cursed, Visiting the Comment Board. And that's mainly what he was focusing on, because this scoffer was trying to say that dark skin is a curse, which we know is a lie. Yahushua was dark skin, the Israelites are dark skin. We were created out of the dust of the earth. We are dark skin, okay? We are brown, okay? Dark skin is cursed, visiting the comment board. And the brother mainly focused on one scripture this dude brought out, Ecclesiastes 2:7, which is talking about Solomon, because he's trying to say, I guess the scoffer and one of his counsel trying to say that slavery, that Edomites are going to be put into slavery. But just talking about Solomon, which he's cutting himself, really, Ecclesiastes 2:7. And the brother Ahmawan Ibad goes into it. But he also brings out Leviticus Chapter 22:11, and Exodus 21:20 and 21. And we're going to get into all these. But this guy is trying to say that heathen are not going to be in subjection. Heathen are not going to be put in slavery, which is, that's not true. Heathens are absolutely going to be put into subjection. Revelations Chapter 2, verse 25 to 27, and watch the brother's video, and that's what mainly he focuses on, the brother Ahmawan Ibad. But I'm gonna bring out a few scriptures just to cut the idea that heathens are not going to go into slavery. Okay, so this is the book of Isaiah, the 43, verse 1. But now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by my name, thou art mine. All right, so we belong to the Lord, man. And though we're in a bad position now, the Lord is gonna save us at the end, man. You just gotta look at Matthew 24. And the Lord shall no, not the Lord. Well, really, the Lord gets all the credit, but the gathers elect, I'm pretty sure it's Yahushua speaking. Yep, there we go. These are the sort of things you don't really want to screw up. Matthew chapter 24, verse 30, then shall appear the Son of the Man, the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man, which is Yahushua, come in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So this is Yahushua when he returns back again, which this hasn't happened yet. And the clouds of chariots, and this, the scriptures you can use to coincide with this, Revelation 1:7. He shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. So from across the globe, man. Here in America, we're on the other side of the globe. So all over, the elect are gonna be saved. Okay. But why say his elect, his chosen? Why didn't it say heathen? These are things to think about. I just want to bring that out. There's more I could bring out on that, but I'm not. Isaiah 43, verse 2. When thou pass through the waters, I will be with thee. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame be kindled upon thee. Okay, so we're gonna be all right, man. You know, the Lord got us. And I actually learned of this scripture from a brother, this chapter from a brother. The video is titled, I have it on my Odysee, The Lord Loves You. When you go to deep waters, I'll be with you. When I go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. You know, so the Lord got our back, man. We just got to stay faithful. When I walk through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flames kindle upon thee. You know, you got many different precepts and things if you really want to go really deep in here. I know it's in the book of Daniel. Yeah, I believe they call it the three holy children. There we go. So you can go look into this. Isn't the correct version, but you can go ahead and read that one for yourself. And Daniel's the third. Okay, so verse 3, for I am the Lord thy power, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia, and sea before thee. Now I've heard different commentaries, you know, bring out that it's referring to Cyrus, king of Persia, you know, who, you know, really not even really Cyrus, it was Cyrus's descendants that took down Egypt for our ransom, and how he gave us and put us back in our land, you know, which that's also in Isaiah as well. Pretty sure it's Isaiah the 45th. Where yeah, it's talking about Cyrus who put us back in our land. But once again, this is going to happen in future prophecy where these nations, they're going to be our slaves, you know? So these nations are going to be for our ransom. These nations are going to be given up for us. They're going to be put down so that we can flourish. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I love thee. Therefore will I give men for thee and people for thy life. So that speaks for itself, man. Proverbs chapter 21 and 18. All right, so Proverbs chapter 21 and 18. Actually, now I want this back. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and a transgressor for the upright. So the Lord is going to tear down, destroy the wicked for the sake of the righteous. And who are the righteous? The hopeful elect, man. You know, low, well, and I'm of that number. Okay. The wicked is delivered up for the just, and the unjust for the righteous. So the Lord will destroy and put down the wicked, man. And who is the main wicked man? Esau. Esau is going to be delivered up for destruction for the sake of his people, for the sake of Israel, man. So that speaks for itself. How is the Lord going to have mercy on everyone? That God is love. But it says right here, the Lord is going to deliver up wicked for the sake of the just, man, for the sake of the upright. This is why we're like really serious about this work, bro. You know? I found this one commentary. We'll just read it here, then we'll get into the other one. Because I just got to break down this point, man, because there's a lot of bullshit these guys like to push out. So this is a commentary, BibleHub.com. Compare the marginal reference. Evildoers seem to draw down the wrath of the Most High upon their heads, and so become, as it were, the scapegoats of the comparatively righteous. Exactly. Okay. And who's the main evildoer on the planet Earth right now? Esau and these other nations, man. Started with Esau. And within Esau, you got Amalek, man, who's at the top. All right, they're fucking pure evil. I mean, they got enough money. Those Rothschilds got enough money to really settle every man, woman, and child upon the earth. They have that much money. They can really do great things. They could have been righteous with their rulership, but instead they've been wicked. You know, just look at the world, man. They have all the money. They have the control of the fucking money supply, but they aren't doing anything righteous. They just hog it up for themselves. You know, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 11, verse 8. And because they're made to be wicked, you know, they literally called the wicked in Malachi 1 and 4, or another one, you know, border wickedness. We don't got to get it. You know, Just look up board of wickedness and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Proverbs 11 verse 8, the righteous are delivered, the righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. All right. The righteous man delivered from trouble, in his place the wicked man goes in. So that's just another precept, man. It all goes to the same thing. All right. So the Lord, he you know, he'll sacrifice and destroy the wicked so that the righteous can flourish, so that the righteous can be all right. And that's just the way the Lord works, man. You know, that's just the way it is. So I broke that down to you. That's a bunch of bullshit that heathens are going to be saved. That's not true. That is not true. So this guy, Cain Marker, he brings out Leviticus chapter 11. But this guy is so dumb. He doesn't even look at the first one to get the full understanding. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 22, verse 10. Okay, so Leviticus chapter 22, once again, is delivered to Aaron and his sons, the Levitical priests. So you gotta get that context and understanding. Leviticus chapter 22, verse 10, there shall no stranger eat of the holy thing. A sojourner, the priest, or hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing. Okay, so we're gonna really dig into this. Where did I put that? Okay, give me a second here. We're really gonna dig into this because if you just read it outright, you won't really have the understanding. So this is the book of Leviticus chapter 25, verse 40. So what this is referring to, you know, it's like a servant. Because remember, we had Hebrew servants, you know, like you would have, like, you know, it's going to explain itself. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 25, verse 39. If thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant. So you're not supposed to make him as a slave. Okay, he's just like an indentured servant or like an employee. You know, when it goes more into the 40th verse. But as an hired servant and as a sojourner, like a guest, he shall be with thee. He shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee, which is the Jubilees every 50 years, but you also got every 7 years. You also got every 7 years the year of release, you know, which you can go into that. I got right here, Deuteronomy the 15th. You can go read like pretty much the entire chapter. Every 7 years is a year of release, but every 50 years is a year of Jubilee. So those are two things right there. So pretty much just a guy that's more temporary. That, you know, what if you didn't buy him? You know, what if you didn't have, you know, like what if he wasn't sold unto you? You know, whether it was his father that put you to work, put him to work for you. You know, like if the family's poor, you know, what if you didn't buy him? What if you know he wasn't like really gonna work with you for the full 6 years? What if he was just gonna work for you for like 3? You know, so what if he's just like, as it says, a sojourner, or he hired servant, someone who's just going to be there for a little while? They're not going to eat the whole thing. You know, they're not going to eat of the you know, the sacrificial offerings, which it depends. You got some sacrificial offerings that have to be eaten inside the temple, but there's some that you can eat it without, and it's going to go more into it in the 11th verse. But the priest buy any soul with money, with his money, he shall eat of it. He that is born in his house, they shall eat of his meat. Why? Because when you buy someone, you buy the soul with your money, and then it becomes like an extension of your household. That person is your property. This one, you didn't buy him. He's just kind of there for a little while. But this guy you bought with your money. So now he's property. So now he can eat of the meat. Now you can share the you know, the sacrificial offering meat with him. Because remember, the Levites, they didn't have a land given to them. You know, they had all their meat and food, you know, given by offerings and tithes and so on and so forth. And that's how they got their food, you know. So yeah, I got a few precepts. Fuck, I didn't mean to take that one off. This is we'll get Leviticus chapter 19, verse 5. And if you offer a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord, you should offer it at your own will, which that's a voluntary offering, as it speaks for itself. Okay, good. That word there is let me see. It looks like shalom. That looks like shalom. Let's go take a look. Let's take a look. Peace offering is shalom. So peace offering requires sacrifice for alliance or friendship. So alliance, yep, there we go. It's a sacrifice, a voluntary sacrifice for fellowship between Yahweh and the worshiper, the person that gave the offering, the Israelite that gave the offering. Okay. And they also say thank offering, vendor for benefit, paying vow, sacred meal, so on and so forth, retribution, reward, Thanksgiving, or a Thanksgiving offering or a peace offering. Which, as we know, offerings are done away with, but I just want to go into this to prove a point. Blah 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 blah. So verse 6, it shall be eaten the same day you offer it, and on the morrow. All right, so you gotta eat it the same day or the next day, and if aught remain until the third day, it shall be burnt in the fire. Okay, so you can eat it the first day and the second day, but if it lasts longer than that, you're supposed to get rid of it. Okay, and this is one of the only offerings that I know of offhand that the worshiper can eat. And as we're going to go into more, there's also depending on it, you got to give some to the priest as well, which that's going to come. Yeah, that's going to come in like the 30th. No. Is that the no, that's the other one. That's another but that one precepts into Leviticus, which I'm gonna hold this one on deck for now, and we'll go into Leviticus the 7th in a minute, but we're just gonna go things piece by piece here. So yeah, whatever is left, the sacrifice must be eaten on the same day, offer it on the next day. This is the NLT version. Whatever is left until the third day must be completely burned up. Moving on. The 7th verse, and if it be eaten at all on the third day, it is abominable. It should not be accepted. So the peace offering will be cut off. Therefore, everyone that eateth it, shall bear his iniquity, because he hath profaned the hollow thing of the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. So the Lord is going to kill you if you do that. That's a sin unto death. All right, because the law is right there, and you broke it. It's we don't really do sacrifices today, man. You show your love through your actions. The scriptures say faith and works. So you want to show your love, then you true gratitude is action. You're truly grateful to be in this truth, then you're gonna get out there and start act on it. Okay. If any sacrifice is eaten on the third day, it will be contaminated, and I will not accept it. Anyone who eats it on the third day, they will be punished for defiling what is holy to the Lord. It will be cut off from the community. So you're done. As I'm telling you, this stuff ain't the scriptures like these Christians, these false Christians, because we're the real Christians. They're called Christians first Antioch. All right, dark-skinned men, brown-skinned men, variations of brown, Israelites, man. And I know fucking mamby-pamby fucking Edomites coming out here saying that the Bible is all love. All right, it's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, they don't understand. They don't understand. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 7. Also, if you want a little bit more on the law, what they call law leftovers on these commentary sites, read 15 to 18. It's literally the same thing I just read in Leviticus 19. This one's a bit more intrinsic. So little bit more detailed in Leviticus 7. So I'm just gonna get this one here in the 19th because it's a bit shorter. And it says the same thing, it's just shorter. Leviticus chapter 7, verse 31. Let's see here. Yeah, so we'll start at verse 29, verse 28. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, He that offereth the sacrifice of his peace offerings unto the Lord shall bring his oblation unto the Lord of the sacrifice of his peace offerings. His own hands shall bring the offerings of the Lord made by fire, the fat with the breast he shall bring, that the breast may be weighed for a wave offering for the Lord. So let's see. He has to go to the temple and, do what he got to do. Yep. So yeah, is go to the temple, and give it before the priest. Let's see here. Let's just keep going. I was thinking of something, but let's just keep going. His own hand shall bring the offerings of the Lord made by fire. The fat of the breast, it shall bring the breast may be weighed for wave offering before the Lord. So you have to go before the priest with your peace offering, wave offering. I haven't really gone into the wave offering, swinging wave offering, waving, wave offering, technical term of sacrifice, swinging, shaking of the hand. Let's just sanctify the breast, show the heave offering. How about we just look up, just like a wave offering, man. As elevated, swung to and fro, and then reserved for the personal use of the priestly family. So there you go. That's a wave offering. Not this. Fucking piece of shit Edomites, man. Fucking hate Edomites, man. Everything's got to be a fucking joke with Esau. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 7, verse 31. And the priest shall burn the fat upon the altar, but the breast shall be Aaron's and his sons. Okay. I don't think it exactly says what kind of meat, but obviously clean. But whatever it is, the fat's burned. Okay, but the breast is given to Aaron and his sons, and the right shoulder shall ye give unto the priest for a heave offering of the sacrifice of your peace offering. So the priest also had food. Okay, but according to the law, as you brought out here, this peace offering, which was shared between the priest as well as the owner, there's still that law where you can have it on the first day and the second day, but on the third day you got to get rid of it. So it's possible. Well, I'm not gonna say it's possible, but it's highly likely, man. You have a priest, this is food for the day. If you can't finish it, well, you give some of it to his servants, let them eat, so they can have some too, some cuts of meat for them, so that proves it. So that this person doesn't know the scripture. This has nothing to do with Eden. This is all Hebrew servants. This has nothing to do with Eden. Now the next one, this guy, hold on, actually, yeah, I brought that one out. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next one. So another one, this dude here, Cain Marker brings out is Exodus chapter 21. Verse 20. Okay, this is a book of Exodus chapter 20. Exodus chapter 21, verse 20. And if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall surely be punished. Okay, so this is going into a Hebrew servant. Okay, notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. Okay, so this is going to a Hebrew servant. Not every Hebrew master was kind. Okay, because you had, as you brought up, brothers were waxing poor, and you would sell yourself into voluntary servitude. You know. Oh fuck. Hold on. Give me a second, my brothers. My brother. My brother. Give me a second. Very good. Very, very good. So yeah. So you should surely be punished. Because he fucking killed his Hebrew servant, man. There's a punishment for that. I actually want to look into that word punish. What is that? Let's check that word out. Punished. Naquam. Punish. To avenge, take vengeance, to avenge oneself, suffer vengeance. Vengeance of, to be avenged, to be punished. So yeah, to be angry, to rebuke, to be punished. So he killed his Hebrew servant. Okay. And how can you prove this? Talking about a Hebrew servant. Well, read further down. Exodus chapter 21, verse let's see here. Man shall have heard a woman's that fruit apart from the self, he shall surely be punished. He shall pay as the judges determine. But in shall fall, thou shalt give, then thou shalt give life for life. Okay, so this one is more referring to the 22nd verse. So I'll just get down to the 26th. If a man smite the eye of his servant or the eye of his maid, that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake. Okay, so if you smite the eye of a servant, okay, if you're a Hebrew servant, and he loses his eye, then you gotta let him go, So that proves that this one, because there's punishment for killing your slave. Oh, not really your slave, but killing your Hebrew servant. I had to catch myself there. You speak too fast, you kind of don't say the right thing. There we go. No, don't lag on me. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it. Don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking do it. Fuck. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. Come on. All right, we're good. I'm just looking at my fucking self lag and I'm like, nah, don't you dare do it. Don't you fucking do this to me. Fuck. All right, well, that shit's busted. So you're just gonna have to look at a still frame of me, probably in a fucking funny face, but whatever, fuck it. This is Leviticus chapter 25, verse 40. But as an hired servant and as a sojourner, oh yeah, sorry to broke that down into the year of Jubilee. So you have so if your brother dwells and he's poor, you let him go on the year of Jubilee, but you also let him go if it's around that time as well. The 7th year, which is the year of release, you let him go and you're actually supposed to give him things, at least enough to sustain himself. So that's how we dealt. This is going into Israelite. This is an Israelite servant. Okay, verse 41. And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him. He shall return on his own family unto possession of his father shall he return. And that goes into another scripture. So Numbers, the brother brought it out. Numbers 36 is one. What was the other one? I have it on my phone. We're not going to really go into it. Numbers 27 and Numbers 36, about how the land, it goes to the fathers. Like everyone has to let the land inheritance go to the fathers. I can't really explain it well. Just read those 2 chapters and you'll get more of an understanding. But it goes down to the possession of your fathers, the land that's inherited to your fathers. So that's where he's going to go back to. He's going to go back home, Not to say Israelites didn't have other lands you know, in other places. So you didn't have a Judite just happen to be in Northern Kingdom land, or you know, Levites elsewhere. Well, Levites is understandable, right? But for that same token, man, everyone just kind of, you know, like if you were passing down something, it would go from Judite to Judite, you know, and going down to the line of the father, you know, which I'm butchering the explanation, but read those two things and you'll get a better idea than what I can say. I'm not going to take responsibility because I was watching the brother GMS Holland class before I did this video, and he explains it way better than I ever could. So look at his Leviticus, the 25th chapter breakdown, watch the whole thing, and you'll be diesel, you know, and I'm going to go read these on my own. So yeah, verse 42, for they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. All right, so they're not slaves. Okay, thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shall fear thy power. So, hey man, you're not supposed to be like the Lord brought us out, you know, and you're not supposed to be, you know, ruling over your brother with rigor. This is, you're supposed to treat them as a sojourner. You're supposed to treat them like you have a family member that's abroad, right? And the brother and GMS Holland class brought that out. So you have a foreign family member. So you got a cousin that's from like Italy or some shit, and he come to visit you. Don't you act extra nice to him? Like, don't you say, "Hey man, you know, you take him out to eat, you treat him real nice. You know, you show him your stuff, you show him your games, your video games. I'm just talking on a carnal level, right? I'm talking like on a carnal level, like when you were younger, you know, like you show them your Pokemon cards, your video games and shit, right? It's the same token with an Israelite foreigner. You're supposed to treat the Israelite foreigner with respect because he deserves it, man. Okay, and that's your brother. Okay. So let's see here. Let's check it out. Show your fear. Yeah, the people of Israel are my servants who I brought out of the land of Egypt, so they must never be sold as slaves. Exactly. Okay, so Israel, we belong to the Lord, man. They're not supposed to be sold as slaves. Which, hey, that's partly why, well, the Lord delivered us up unto Esau, but hey, we're still the Lord's, man, you know. And Esau is gonna get destroyed for this. All right. Verse 43, that shall not rule over with rigor, but shall fear thy power. So let's actually check something out here. Let's actually have a little fun. Do I have it in here? Do I have it in here? Nope. Give me one moment. Hold on. Where the hell did I put that? There. Okay. Well, I don't know where I put my thesaurus. Shoot. Oh, here it is. I knew it wasn't far. Let's check. Let's see, we got rigor. Rigor. Oh no, they don't have rigor. That's disappointing. Yeah, so I wanted to look at this source real quick. I wanted to see if rigor was in there. Unfortunately, it does not have rigor. So extremely thorough, exhaustive, accurate, severity, or strictness, demanding, difficult, or extreme conditions. All right, so you're not supposed to treat them how we were treated in Egypt. You're not supposed to be, you know, fucking kicking the shit out of your brother, man, out of your Hebrew servant, you know. And for one, he's vulnerable. He's in a vulnerable spot. He's just trying to make ends meet, and here you are, you know, attacking him and shit. That ain't right. All right. So yeah, that all goes into this. That proves this one. Okay. Which one was it again? I think it was 21 and 20, right? Yeah, this goofy asshole brought this fucking cane marker. So yeah, that pretty much proves that these two right here, it's going into an Israelite servant. That proves it. But if you read on, verse 44, but both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. All right, and that word for heathen is, okay, what is behind door number 4? And drum roll, please. Fuck, I don't have anyone to do a drum roll. Gawaya. Nation, people, and nations. Seems like there's missing an M, like an incomplete form of Gawayim. I wish there was another chapter. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at what scriptures H31:47. That's Gawayim. Actually, let's go check it. I know what it says, but I just want to like double check for my own edification. Wa, that's Yah, so Gawaya. That seems like another way to say nations, so like Gawayim. Let's see here. Nations. Spewed out the nations that were before you. So this is a good one. This is a good one. Leviticus chapter 18. Yep, so this one's referring to an Israelite foreigner. Verse 26. I'll just go to the point. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 20, that the land split not you are also when you defile you, or when you defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you. This is going into witchcraft and all kinds of nastiness, all of it. This is going to really sexualize Leviticus 18. It's really more going to sexual law. So don't defile the land, and break the commandments. Or the Lord is gonna, which we did. We broke the laws and the curses came upon us, and we got kicked out that land, so on and so forth. We're obviously not there now, so so on and so forth. There's really so much to say about that. How from there to here in America, like that's a lot of history to cover, and I'm not gonna do that in one day. So that's pretty much proven that. So yeah, brought that one out. Your release. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna read you just the last few bit of Leviticus 25th, and then I'll cut you loose. So they shall be the heathen that are round about you. So these are the servants that are the heathen are literal slaves. The heathen are slaves. Our brothers are not slaves. Now, you're not supposed to rule over a Hebrew servant with vigor, but these are heathen, so you can just beat the shit out of them because they're just fucking heathen. They're not your brothers. So now all that kindness and happiness, that should go right out the window. Even though we weren't doing no abominable shit, like Esau did. Esau, raping our woman, raping our wives, which the woman thing, if it's a virgin, technically, he should defeat a nation, but he was doing it with our wives, or he would sleep with a woman and then make another man marry her. That's adultery. You're compelling another person. That's double adultery, man. And then he lay after the man already slept. That's adultery, man. All right, that's not good. Okay. He's supposed to put in the. I'm not even going all into that, but they're demons, man. They're wicked. Okay. Also, butt breaking too. We're not gonna do that ever to heathen. Okay, when we have them in slavery, we're not going to be butt breaking heathen or sleeping with their wives and making them watch, chaining them to the corner of the bed and making them like no, the Lord don't deal like that, man. That's fucking wicked. Moreover, the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begot in their land, and they shall be your possession. So they're gonna be our servants, you know. And the children of these heathen that are around us will buy them, and the families are with you, which they begot in their land, and they shall be your possession. So they just that'll be our servants. Um, which not to get over deep, but this goes back to Canaan's curse, because Canaan was made to be our slave. Okay, Canaan was to be our slave, and so the blessed be the Lord power of Shem. That blessing passed down to Arphaxad, the holy line, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, so on and so forth. Okay, but as we know in the scriptures, as I brought out earlier on, all these heathen are going to be our slaves, man. All of them, they're all going to be taken down. As we brought out in Revelations the second, that rod of iron. There you go. You may also purchase the children of the temporary residents who live among you, including those who have been born in your land. You may treat them as your property. So yeah, well, this really should be heathen, but that's they are. They're slaves. I wonder what that word is. This is talking about heathen, by the way. So that's the same. Seems to be the same. No, it's not the same word. That's not the same word. Gawaya. This one is Tasab, sojourner, stranger. What is talking about heathen though? You got to know which one's talking about literal Israelite foreign. The other one has heathen. Okay, but this is talking about heathen because this one sets the tone. This one sets what is being talked about. Verse 46, and ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you to inherit them for possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. Okay, so I want to get a quick commentary on that. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 25, verse 46 from Bible Hub. And this is Ellicott's commentary. He's going to read the first sentence. They shall be your bondmen forever. These are not subject to the laws of Jubilee. They remain and no. I'll just read the first part. The rest is off. These are not subject to the laws of Jubilee. All right, so these guys don't get let go. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, you should not rule over another with rigor. So that sets a difference. But, okay, let's look at that word but. Let's go see. Sometimes it can mean like moreover, or on the other hand. So brother. Okay. No, it's ak. It's ak. And then it's probably connected there, but that's ak. So yeah, but over your brother. So for these heathen, they don't get to be let go. They're just a possession. They don't get to let go. And you see how these translations kind of fuck it up. Like you can't, like it don't, they fuck it up, man. This is talking about heathen. 44 through 46 is all talking about heathen, man. Okay. It should be a bondman forever, but over your brethren, the children of Israel, you should not rule over another with rigor. So that's that. You should have a working knowledge of everything. To recap, this dude Cain Marker is wrong. Leviticus 22 and 11 is going into Hebrew servants. Exodus 21 and 20 is also going to Israelite servants. So camp marker, you lost, you should just go home. Maybe you should get a sandwich or something. Maybe get yourself a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich on the roll. You should sit on a couch, preferably a fluffy couch. On the side, you may want to have maybe some shrimp, fried rice to go with that. And when you're done, I would like for you to have a double dose of the Lord's destruction. And with that, I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna go say the closing. So Lord willing, this video should be edifying, and next time I say shalom. And boom.